These last few days have seen some drastic drops in a lot of our favorite stocks, and I want to cover with you the warning signs that I saw that have kept me cautious for the last week or so. This isn't financial advice. Don't copy us strangers on the internet. This is just simply my opinion and for educational purposes only. Now, what I want to share with you today is why QQQ told me everything that I needed to know and the one indicator that confirmed my position and kept me cautious. Now, this is something that we've discussed inside of the 50K Club. There are 97 of us in there now. If you want to join us, the link is in the description. And Tracy said today that she loves how we've all found this group in the early stages. I've noticed I have more confidence in my trades now. I don't panic close trades like I used to. The technical training really helped to fix that. And I'm going to share some of those technicals with you now. So let's jump on into it. For me, it's all in the charts, right? Days like today, I'm all about let's just block out the noise because there's a lot of it out there, right? And depending on who you're listening to, either this will be the best opportunity ever or the sky's going to fall out and it's all over. Neither of those scenarios are helpful for us, right? It doesn't keep us grounded and level-headed. Also, fear and greed indicators, I don't look at them. I don't need an indicator to tell me if I should be fearful or greedy because, again, the charts tell us all of that. All you need is your chart. So let's go on in and have a look at them. So here we are inside QQQ. Now, the first thing that I want to show you is the pattern that was forming up the top here and why it had me just sitting back watching for the most part. And that is because quite literally, we were going nowhere for quite a few weeks. Technically, since the 8th of May, so it's been 2 and a bit months, we've gone nowhere, right? Consolidation is normal. Consolidation is healthy. We need consolidation. But when this range started shrinking, that's when I really started to sort of take a step back. Because when a range shrinks, it'll break one way or another, often quite quickly and quite dramatically. We were all, of course, hoping for the upside. However, we didn't get that, right? We got the downside. So now that we've broken this triangle that we were forming, where might we land? Well, here's the key. Where we are right now, overnight trading, 695. Can I just add, by the way, how good is it that TradingView finally has overnight trading on the charts? This is so helpful. But where we are right now in overnight trading, it is literally the kind of last area of support. See through here, we've had a bit of support. Through here, we've had a bit of support. It's our last area of support for quite some time, right? Look how fast we ran up. And the problem when you run up so quickly is on the way back down, where do we stop? I don't say that to get you fearful, right? Far from it. I show you that and I want to show you a couple of things here so that you can recognize, number one, when this happens again, but number two, where we might actually find some support. So this is on the daily chart, right? If we come over to the weekly chart, actually before we go to the weekly chart, when I'm looking at my lines here are exponential moving averages. I've got a 20, a 50, and a 150. Even if I just quickly move this 150 to 100 to see where that lands, because that'll be closer to where we are now, it's still down here at 680. Okay, let's now go to the weekly chart and see if on the weekly chart we can find anything that might indicate some support above this 680 level. So if we come over to the weekly, actually it kind of doesn't tell us anything higher, let me move this. See the 20 EMA? It's sitting pretty much right on that same level that if we go back to the daily, the 100 is. Isn't that fascinating how they often, no, I deleted the wrong thing, how they often will line up. The 100 EMA on a daily chart is pretty close to the 20 on the weekly. So my sights now are set on, if we can't hold this area that we're trading in right now, because that's our last kind of area of support, then we probably do come down here to this 680 level. Okay. It wouldn't be awful, right? And what would probably happen is if we drift down here, the stochastic RSI is then probably trading pretty close to the bottom of the range here and looking for its next move up, right? So we might just drift sideways a little bit. However, my eyes are on around this sort of 680 level if we don't hold here today. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at on QQQ. Let me show you something really fascinating on a few individual charts, because again, this is what sort of had me looking at them going, you don't look very trustworthy right now, chart. So let's come to Micron. I've drawn it in here already. So see how Micron was stuck between its 20 and its 50 EMA. Couldn't trade either above it or below it, right? Again, when we get a break, that confirms which side we're going. So now it looks like, again, we're heading back down, okay? The thing that usually happens is we break and either we confirm the break. What a confirmed break means is we stay below for the following day, right? So today, Thursday, is when we broke. If we stay below this moving average, the 50, for trading day on Friday, then that's a confirmed break, right? If we trade back up and we close above our 50, then it's kind of as though it didn't happen. It's kind of like this day here didn't happen, right? Although it did. And then again, we just wait and see what happens. Do we continue to bounce between these moving averages? Are we finding support or are we finding more resistance, right? And then same with the weekly chart. So the weekly chart, the 20 EMA at this sort of 750 thereabouts. Coming back to our daily chart, it's sitting pretty well right at the same spot as our 100 on the daily is. So if we do get down this low, we likely find some support. Western Digital, same thing, stranded, stuck between moving averages. This is a warning sign. This is a caution sign, right? It looks like overnight trading, we're potentially opening below this 100. So that would then, if we come back to the 150, so potentially that opens us up for a little bit more room to the downside as well. Call it around sort of 400. And then TSM, another one that started to, even all sort of through here, right? All of this is weakness. Can you see how in the past, when we hit this moving average, even this day where we closed below it, we bounced straight back above. Even here, we had one day below and then we were straight back above. One day below, straight back above. One day below, couldn't get above. Again, tried to get above, couldn't get above. All of this is weakness, right? Weakness doesn't mean the end of the world. Let's remember that, right? Weakness just means weak for now. It means correction, right? So what happens from here? Here's the beauty of it. Things are setting up for a potentially really big move to the upside. I love, if we come to a weekly chart, I love, whoops, get rid of all this. Okay. I love on the weekly chart when let me preface this by saying when the weekly chart is still bullish, meaning higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. This is still a higher high. And as long as we find support before we get to kind of this level, call it 330-ish, we would still have created a higher low on the weekly chart, right? Long as we create a high low, we're still in a bullish chart. And I love to play for a long position, whether it be buying a call or buying shares, the turn of the weekly stochastic RSI. When the weekly stochastic comes down, we get a little bottom out here, we get a turn back to the upside. That I find is a great time to go and buy your long positions, right? In April, turn of the stochastic RSI, turn of the stochastic. Down here, we turned. And you can literally follow the charts back for as long as they go. And most of the time, when we get a turn of the stochastic RSI on the weekly, we get a nice strong bounce. And all of our favorite charts are starting to set up for that, right? SMH, so semiconductors, same thing. Nice bullish chart. Every time that we've had a turn of the weekly stochastic RSI, we've had a nice move to the upside. Through here, move to the upside. Through here, move to the upside, right? The thing with the weekly chart, of course, is that it doesn't happen all of the time, right? We don't get these moves on stocks every other week. Last time it happened was in March. We can probably see July, maybe even August it happens. So it happens every few months and it pays to watch because that's when, like I said, you can get a nice big move to the upside. So all of this to say, get to know your charts, get to see what they do, get to understand how they behave, get to familiarize yourself with different patterns, and even just learning and watching things like, oh, we're going nowhere. Does this look strong or does this look weak, right? Oh, look, we're just flying up and up and up and up and up. Do we look strong or do we look weak? We've had a bit of a, drawdown. Oh, we've bounced off that really quickly. Do we look strong or not, right? And you see the weakness start to come in. We created a higher high here, but as we're sort of failing to do so through these candles, the whole chart just looks different. So I hope you found that very helpful. This is the kind of thing that I love to train on and teach and watch and do. I find that it absolutely makes for a more peaceful trading session. So if you want to learn more about reading the charts, timing your entries around charts and things like that, check out the 50K Club. The link is in the description. I would love to see you in there. And yeah, we do lots of this kind of stuff purely because I like it. All right. I hope that was helpful. See you in the next video.